and welcome to part 2 of my first woodworking project, the little box that I started in the previous video. That's now complete, and in the completing of it I've learned an awful lot of things, not all of them to do with turning. Firstly, I've learned not to cut tenons off too early. I've also learned not to rush sanding. I have rushed it a little bit, and so I've still got some marks in the finish. I also haven't quite got the inside as clean as I would have liked, and the lid isn't quite as tight as I would have liked in the end either. But all of that is valuable experience. So one of the valuable things I learned, which was purely by accident, was why chucks have numbers around them, 1, 2, 3 and 4 in my case, because it's a 4-jaw chuck. I have my dovetail jaws fitted, and I'd fitted them to match 1, 2, 3 and 4, as you would imagine. I didn't really know why that was the case, and I found that out because when I was turning or trying to turn my box around to make it fit into the chuck the other way so I could finish the bottom of it off, I wound the jaws out, and unfortunately the box was just too big for the chuck, and the jaws fell out. No harm done, but I tried to get them back and I couldn't get them to match, and so I took the jaws off the little sections that fit the chuck, and then realised, of course, that they were numbered as well, and what I was trying to do was put them back in their incorrect numbering scheme because of the way the thread is on the actual chuck when you turn the chuck to close the jaws. So once I realised that and put them in their order, of course it all went in, everything went to plan, and I got it all back together. But that's a valuable lesson learned. It's not something I'd come across before, so very much a lesson learned for me. What I'll do right now is I'll turn the camera around and I'll show you the box. So here it is in all its glory. You can see it's got a fair old shine on it. It's very pretty indeed. Try and keep it within the camera. That inclusion in the lid isn't too bad. It's filled up a bit with the wax, and that's the inside of the lid. It's got a nice finish on it, even done by hand. I like the way the centre of the rings of the wood is actually offset. I quite like that. That's nice. So that's the lid, and here is the base. Just the bottom finish there, and the inside. It's a little bit rough in these corners here. I need to do better than that next time. But for a first piece, I'm extremely pleased. The lid, as I say, isn't quite as tight as it was before. You could pick the whole thing up with the lid before, but it's okay. You can get it to a point where it's reasonably got a little bit of friction, you can see. So I'm not too bothered about that. Very, very pleased for a first piece. Got a nice shine on it, and once the wax dries out fully, it'll look absolutely fantastic. So really pleased with that. I'd like to thank everybody for their really nice comments from my last video, and I know Stevie wants some more on the banjo. So what I'm going to do at the end of this video is put some stills of the banjo build I did, so that you can see what that looks like, what I started with and what I finished with, and hopefully you'll enjoy that. And I don't know what the next video will be. Who knows, it could be anything. But before I go, I would like to just put one shout out for Chris, the blind wood turner. He is a bit of an inspiration to me. His videos are actually remarkable because I've learnt an awful lot off them, just purely because he can't see. So he has to approach things in a very careful and thought out way, and he taught me things that I hadn't thought about previously. So that's great. So I'm looking forward to seeing some more things from you, Chris, and get some of those pen skills going. that's one of the things that I've got in mind to do. So you'll find a link for Chris's channel down below in the description. Thanks everybody for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.